Thousands of years ago, in an underground kingdom, a kind and innocent princess lived happily with her family. One day, she learned about the world above the ground, a place filled with sunlight, fresh air, and a blue sky that changed colors between day and night. She longed to see it with her own eyes. However, she was never allowed to go to the surface. As her curiosity grew stronger, she decided to go without telling anyone. She managed to escape her guards and reached the staircase that led upward. As soon as she reached the surface, the bright sunlight struck her eyes. She could not bear the intense light and became blind, yet she still stepped into the human world. But the air and conditions of that world made her severely ill, and she soon died there.
No one came to claim her body, and it slowly decayed.
Her father, the underground king, knew she had died, yet he continued to hope that one day she would return, perhaps in another form. He promised to wait for her until his last breath. Centuries passed, and the story shifts to the year 1944. We are introduced to a young girl named Ofelia, who was traveling with her pregnant mother to live with her cruel stepfather, Captain Vidal, during the Spanish Civil War.
Her mother is very sick due to pregnancy, and they are forced to stop on the way. While exploring, Ofelia finds a strange stone carved with an eye symbol. Nearby stands an old statue missing one of its eyes.
She places the stone eye back into the statue, and from its mouth emerges a strange insect. Ofelia imagines it to be a fairy, though it is actually a stick insect. The insect begins following her. When they reach the captain's mill, the insect reappears and later transforms into a fairy in her room. The fairy leads Ofelia into a mysterious labyrinth near the house. There, she meets a strange and ancient creature called the Faun. He tells her not to be afraid and claims she is Princess Moana, the lost daughter of the underground king. According to him, she does not belong to the human world. To return to her true kingdom, she must complete 3 tasks before the full moon, proving that her heart has not been corrupted by the cruelty of the human world. He gives her a magical book that reveals instructions only when she is alone. When Ofelia checks her shoulder, she discovers a birthmark shaped like a crescent moon, confirming what the faun said. Her first task is to retrieve a golden key from inside a giant toad living beneath an ancient fig tree. She must feed the toad 3 magical golden stones hidden in the mud. Despite her fear, she completes the task. The toad vomits out the golden key, and the dying tree is restored to life. Meanwhile, Captain Vidal is shown as a ruthless officer, determined to eliminate the rebel guerrilla fighters hiding in the forests. He brutally punishes villagers, even innocent ones.
Mercedes, the captain's housekeeper, is secretly helping the rebels because her brother is one of them. Even the local doctor supports the rebels.
For her second task, Ofelia uses magical chalk given by the faun to draw a door on her bedroom wall, creating a portal. She enters a terrifying chamber where a horrifying creature known as the Pale Man sits at a banquet table.
The creature has no visible eyes on its face. Instead, its eyes rest on a plate. The faun warned her not to eat anything there. She unlocks a small door using the golden key and retrieves a magical dagger. However, tempted by the feast, she eats grapes from the table. This awakens the Pale Man, who places his eyes into his palms and chases her.
2 fairies are devoured while helping her escape. Using the magical chalk, she creates another portal and barely survives. Though she completed the task, she disobeyed instructions, costing the lives of 2 fairies.
Her mother's condition worsens, But the faun gives Ofelia a magical mandrake root to place under her mother's bed, feeding it milk and drops of her blood daily. Her mother temporarily improves, but when Captain Vidal discovers the root, he throws it into the fire. Soon after, Ophelia's mother gives birth to a baby boy and dies. Captain Vidal's brutality escalates. He tortures rebels and even kills the doctor after discovering his betrayal. He suspects Mercedes as well. She attempts to escape with Ofelia, but is captured. Eventually, the rebels attack and rescue Mercedes.
The faun returns to Ofelia, offering her one final chance to complete the third task before midnight. She must bring her baby brother to the labyrinth. Using magical chalk, she creates a portal and takes the baby. Captain Vidal sees her and follows. In the labyrinth, the faun tells her that she must spill 2 drops of her brother's blood to open the portal to her kingdom. Horrified, Ofelia refuses. She would rather sacrifice herself than harm her innocent brother. At that moment, Captain Vidal arrives, takes the baby, and shoots Ofelia. As she lies dying with blood flowing from her nose, rebels surround and kill Captain Vidal. Mercedes takes the baby safely. Meanwhile, Ophelia's blood spills onto the stone in the labyrinth. Suddenly, she finds herself in a magnificent underground palace. Her true father, the king, welcomes her home. He explains that the final task was a test. By refusing to harm her brother and choosing sacrifice over cruelty, she proved her purity and compassion. That act completed the task. In the real world, Ophelia's body lies lifeless, and Mercedes mourns her deeply. But spiritually, Ofelia has returned to her true kingdom as Princess Moana, where celebrations begin in her honor. Thus the story ends, blending fantasy and reality, innocence and brutality, sacrifice and redemption. Subscribe to Top Studio Official for more great